Hi folks, I did this one for Patreon yesterday. I didn't put a trailer of it on. It's based loosely on the one I did last Saturday. I want to change it. I want to get rid of these trees here, and I want to raise the horizon up a bit. And we'll try and put a bit of distance, and then brighten up the sky, so it won't be around for posterity. So I'll use a bit of this PVA glue as a medium, and I'll just get this sky done here. I think a bit of cad yellow, a bit of white, well, a lot of white actually. You can't be sentimental in painting. I paint over most of my acrylics. Just a touch of ochre and red, a bit of cad yellow. We'll let that dry a little bit because it won't cover in one go. Oh, got a hair sticking in there. But the original one that I've just covered up has had quite a bit of interest on Facebook, and I want to brighten all that up there. So we'll put a bit of white, a bit of ochre. I like that colour there, so I'm going to put some of that back. A bit of mauvey stuff. But you can also just add a bit of light white to the colour and just get some impasto in. Right, go into some of this mauve. You can just about see the palette and the mixing. Too light. I want more red. A bit darker. Oh, it's raining quite heavily outside today. Another tip, when you, unlike what I've done, it's a bit difficult with some of the tubes, but if you can put your paints out in like a line of paint, then you can eat bits of it with your brush without mucking up the rest of it. Like I've just done there. That's a bit of grey. Red is very, very useful in the sky and these cloudy passages. Right, get that clean. Cup of tea. I'll use this big 1.5-inch brush. The painting itself is 11 by 15. It's on a bit of watercolour paper, £90 watercolour paper, but I'll take it up about an inch or so. So we'll have this yellow, bit of white, it was just too low, I feel. So sorry you folks that liked it as it was, but you've still got the photograph and the demo. Okay, we'll get a bit of darker yellow, a little bit of red to it. It's quite difficult with the limited palette that I use to get that brilliant yellow you get with oilseed rape. Just scumble a little bit over there. Right, now could put some distant trees in there, but I still want to build up that white, or that just obliterate those there. So let's get that. So go back to the sky colour. I'm going to change the shape of those as well while I'm at it. Okay, we could probably put a little bit of that cloud colour just coming up there. Otherwise we won't get much counter change there. Oops. I just want to pull that a bit tighter if I can. I've primed both sides of this, but it does buckle a little bit. But if it ever sells, if I ever put it up for sale, can always be stuck to a piece of hardboard or 2mm MDF backing board. But it will stick under pressure. Be good. Right, just cleaning my brush. With acrylic, you've got to really make sure your brushes are clean at all times, or left in soak, because it doesn't take long for the paint to build up in the ferrule there, and then you've lost your brush. Right, I'm going to change the brush. I'm going to use sorry, I just knocked something over there. I'm going to use a small brush to just put in some distant trees on that. Right, okay, so a bit of black, a bit of blue, a bit of white, plenty of blue, well, blue rather than black. I just wanted a blue black, not too dark at the moment. Oh, we just put in something on that horizon there. I'm a great believer in not over complicating things with detail. It's very easy to get carried away and put the kitchen sink in, but really it's what you leave out that is important. I'm just gently dragging over the high spots here. They'll give me my counter change. I can clean it up afterwards. Get that a little bit darker now. Bit of red in there. I just add a little bit of red to that mix. Cadmium red. Now you can see I'm working for a very limited palette. Okay, so that. And we can put some. We can go back in there. And we can just go back here. Let's get some. So I hope that gives a bit of lighten it a little bit, I think. Right, okay. A bit more tea. And start to remodel these trees here. This is another brush. Oh, that is sticking. Right, cadmium yellow, bit of black, bit of red. Nice, sort of a green there. Okay, lovely red, bit of black, yellow. You see that? I hope you can't see the top of my head. And with these opaque paints, oils and this acrylic, you can work from light to dark to light. You can change it anytime you like, as I'm doing radically. Oh, a bit of orange. Warm up that horizon a little bit. And they're nice and dark along there, but rich dark. I say rich, I mean add some red to the mix. So it's not a black. Coming on. Let that dry off a bit. And we can add some sky back in there. Right, that looks a little bit barren over there, doesn't it, that bit there? Maybe we can just put a little bit of gorse, something in there. And I'll put one tree over here. Red. Now, because we're on watercolour paper, rough watercolour paper, there's quite a bit of surface to fill in. It's quite tricky trying to get the paint into the hollows. So I've left most of that blue in. Probably shouldn't have put that in. Okay, well that's a little bit better. Right, let's go back into those, into that rapeseed field. How are we doing? Haven't quite finished the sky yet. I want to bring some more light up in there, put some bit of impasto in. Now, we've got the light sort of coming through the picture, but this would be shadow, so let's see if we can lighten up some of that. There's a bit of medium in there. I'm sort of working blind here. All of these I made up, they're from memory, and we went back through the Ashdown Forest on Monday coming home from Bexhill, and our lovely time with the people of Hastings. Thank you very much, Hastings, you've done us proud again. Well, that's looking all right. I shouldn't really go uphill there. Some shadow in here and there. I think probably a better shadow colour would be blue and red. So let's go back into that blue and red. Running out of room here on the on my little bit of a makeshift palette. See, when I finish I could just unstick it and just roll it up and stick it in the bin. A bit of shadow. Plenty of yellow there, so we can put some more poppies back in there. Bit of stippling here. Right, back to those, the shadow in under those trees, and we'll try and put in a bit of light as well when that's dry. Here's my tea, no. Yeah, that's all right. Coming on. Right. Okay. I think that's a better balance than it was before. So I'll use this brush again, and I'll go into the clouds now. I want a bright day without showing blue sky. That's why I've done that cloud there. It's all bright. Looking out of my windows now, the sun's out. It's been pouring with rain. Right. So white, a bit of ochre, touch of red. Oh, that's just a bit too bright. I love skies, infinite variety you can get with them. I'm not, as I say, I don't work from anything usually, other than my own imagination really, and experience of having done thousands of paintings. It's, now let's have a little bit of that shadowy, cloudy colour. Grey those out a little bit. Right. Not really convinced about that bit there. Probably a bit lighter there. Sort of a light bluish maybe. Let's have a look. Right, I'm just going to give that a bit of a dry. No, I was talking about blue and I've just put it back. Right, take your headphones off, mute your sound, go. I'm waiting for a cheap microphone to be delivered. Cheap doesn't always mean good, does it? With stuff online, but I wanted to try to go back to my webcam, that Logitech webcam, which has got a very good picture, and I can pause and record, I think, if I remember rightly. But the sound will be better than the sound on the Logitech. Got that to look forward to. Right now, I want some colour. Just behind here, just gently give an impression of I'm not sure that's working. Too much paint on the brush, I think. Let's take some off. Oh! It's a rubbish brush. Well, it's not a rubbish brush, it's just worn out. And those hairs sort of bristles just caught. Oh, they've job doing that with oil, wouldn't you? Let's change the brush to one of better. They're all about the same really. They're all worn out, but they've done me good service. Bit of light coming on there. Right, use a little tiny brush, just maybe to put in some greeny no, that's going to defeat my modus operandi, putting trunks in and trees, but poppies, a few little poppies, a bit of yellow would make them a bit brighter. No. Because you've got green there, the red shows up against the green. You don't really see a lot of weeds in these lovely rapeseed oil. It's just a stark yellow flash. But I like to think of them with a bit of rough stuff in the middle. So rough stuff. The weeds seem to grow faster than anything else, don't they? So let's get a nice dark green again. No, I thought I'm just fiddling for the sake of it now. Can I see anything I can do a bit better there? I think we could probably put a bit more light in there, like sort of a nice green. No greens on the palette, they're already all mixed up with black, yellow. But if you want it on the light side of green, take your bit lump of green, find a nice green spot, then your black. Otherwise, you'll end up with it black, even though you only use a little bit of it. If you get a dab of black and add yellow to it, you'll be forever adding more yellow to make it green. Right, I'm going to leave that. I quite like it. I quite liked it before, but I like the big one I did on Saturday, and somebody is interested in buying that one. But it's on hardboard and it's quite large. It's 22 inches, 20 inches by 20 inches by 16. Hardboard. It might be bigger than that. But heaven knows what it's going to cost to post it if it goes out of the country. Right, let's get this now. That's probably too big. Yeah, it's a bit pity really, but because that's a lovely double mount. Let's put that on. Well, I think that's a bit better. I love doing these things. It's my favourite sort of scene. Looks easy, but it's an sort of abstract expressionism, abstract impression. So there we are. Let's just raise it up a bit. Right, that is okay. Okay. Well, there we are. You can see the palette, you can see me painting it. Can't do it with watercolours there. Hope you like that, folks. We'll see. I quite like it. I hope you do too. Thanks for looking in. Bye bye.